Today we're diving into a feeling we can all relate to, that constant struggle of feeling broken. You might be wondering, is it just me or is everyone broke these days? Well, the truth is, it's a bit of a mix. Why we feel broke? Well, the truth is, it's complicated. Here's the thing, some folks might be genuinely struggling financially, but a lot of us actually experience a feeling of being broke, even if our bank accounts tell a different story. So, why do we all seem to be perpetually strapped for cash? There are a few culprits at play. The comparison trap. Social media creates a highlight reel of everyone's best life. We're constantly bombarded with images of these seemingly perfect vacations, dream cars, and overflowing closets. It's easy to fall into the comparison trap, feeling like our own realities are lacking. But here's the thing, that filtered vacation pic doesn't tell the whole story. The cult of amour. We're constantly bombarded with messages that equate happiness with material possessions. That new phone, the trendy outfit, the nights out, they all promise a quick hit of satisfaction. The problem? That high fades fast, and we're left chasing the next thing, often racking up debt in the process. A financial literacy gap. Let's be honest, financial education isn't exactly prioritized in most schools. Many of us end up fumbling around with our finances, unsure how to budget, save, or invest effectively. It's no wonder we feel like we're constantly on the financial tightrope. But wait, there's more good news this time. Feeling broke doesn't have to be your permanent state of being. Here's a shift in perspective, a broke versus not rich. There's a big difference between being truly broke, unable to afford basic necessities, and not feeling rich. Expenses seem to swallow your income whole. If you have a roof over your head and food on the table, that's a great starting point. Focus on control. Instead of dwelling on factors you can't control like the price of gas, focus on what you can control, your spending habits and how you manage your money. It's not all doom and gloom. Okay, maybe not that dramatic, but here's the deal. There's a big difference between being truly broke, unable to afford basic necessities, and not feeling rich. Expenses seem to swallow your income whole. If you have a roof over your head and food on the table, that's a fantastic starting point. Most people feeling broke likely fall into this second category. The good news? This means you have more control than you might think. Here's how to use that control to your advantage. Focus on control. Instead of dwelling on factors you can't control, like the price of gas, focus on what you can control, your spending habits and how you manage your money. Even small changes can make a big difference over time. Now, let's get you out of that broke feeling. Feeling financially empowered is an amazing feeling. Here are some actionable tips to take back control. Track your spending. Knowledge is power, people. Track your income and expenses for a month. Seeing exactly where your money goes can be a real eye-opener. There are tons of budgeting apps out there, or you can get old school with a pen and notebook. Budgeting is your friend. Budgeting doesn't have to be a scary spreadsheet filled with boring numbers. It's about taking charge of your finances and allocating your resources intentionally. There are many budgeting methods out there, from 50/30/20 to zero-based budgeting. Find what works for you and stick with it. Prioritize needs versus wants. This might sound simple, but it's crucial. Learn to differentiate between your basic needs, housing, food, transportation, and your wants, the latest gadgets, fancy dinners every night. Focus on fulfilling your needs first, then use what's left over for the fun stuff. Challenge your spending habits. We all have those triggers that lead to impulse purchases. Maybe it's retail therapy after a bad day, or those tempting online ads. Identify your triggers and find healthy ways to cope. Take a walk, call a friend, or channel your energy into a creative outlet. Why are most people broke? They have no financial goals. If you don't have goals and a purpose for your money, it will all just be spent haphazardly. You must have goals to not be broke, so you save and invest money if you want to have anything left after spending. Identify where you want to be financially in the future. This will help your decisions and behavior line up with this vision. They don't save money for emergencies. If you save up 3 to 6 months of your living expenses for emergencies, then you will never be broke, as you will have this money sitting in your savings account. Start with 1 week, then a month, and focus on putting whatever you can away, and you will never be broken. They don't use a budget to manage spending. The discipline to plan out where your money will go each month before it begins will cure your problem of being broke if your income is high enough to support your bills. You must have a spending plan to avoid being broke. Knowing where all your money is going is step 1, and managing it is step 2. They don't plan for their financial future. If you plan for your retirement and have money put into your 401k each paycheck, you will never be broke, as you will always have money in this account. Investing money in your retirement account or brokerage account will give you a portfolio and a chance to build up capital, so your net worth will likely never be $0. They spend more than they make. When you spend more than you make, you will always be broke, waiting for your next paycheck. It doesn't matter how much you make, if you spend it all, you will be broke. The inability to say no to things you can't afford will keep you broke due to your excessive buying above your income level. If you can't pay cash and must use debt, then you can't afford it. If you are broke, you can't afford it. Living beyond your means ensures staying broke due to overspending. They have too much debt. Even high-income earners can be broke when they have excessive monthly debt payments. Having a big mortgage, new car payments, high credit card debt, and extra payments on boats or motorcycles are a formula for being broke. Large multiple debt payments on depreciating assets will drain your money supply quickly. Houses are not assets until you sell them. In the meantime, they can be large payments with unrealized value. Be careful how many payments you take on based on your income level. Payments can keep the middle class broke. They waste too much money. People who earn a decent income but are still broke may simply be wasting too much money. It's easy to spend money on dining out in a restaurant instead of eating at home for much less the cost. It's easier to go to a fancy coffee shop than to make your own coffee at home. Eating out for lunch at work every day instead of bringing your own lunch can add up over a year. Little consistent acts of spending money daily on things that are overpriced and not needed can add up over time and be a drain on finances, even for the middle class. Financial security is a journey, not a destination. There will be setbacks, but don't get discouraged. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small, and keep learning. Let me know in the comments below what your biggest financial challenges are. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more personal finance tips that will help you break free from the feeling of being broke and on the path to financial freedom.